page. My name is Rum, for those of you that don't know of RUM'S cakes. I just wanted to do basically a simple season, I call it, of rustic bakes by RUM'S cakes. The idea is for me to show you how to make simple cakes and simple treats for your loved ones, or even just for yourself if you're craving something. I mean, let's face it, we're all under lockdown, right? So, and I'm sure you've probably eaten all the chocolate on all the shelves, so maybe this might be something different. So yeah, just wanted to do something really simple and easy. The recipes can be done either by hand or using a mixer. I'll always try and make sure that everything is adaptable in that way. I hope you'll join me, and I hope you'll watch and share with your friends and tell everybody about this. So yeah, the first one we're doing this week is a red velvet cake. Very, very simple, so I'll show you how the steps go. Alright. Okay, so we're going to start with the ingredients that you're going to need. So you're going to need flour, you're going to need sugar, it can be caster or granulated, whichever one you can get. We've got baking powder, baking soda, salt, 2 large eggs, some butter, buttermilk, which is, you can make your own, so that's like just regular milk with lemon juice. We've got some oil, cocoa powder, vinegar, which I'll explain later. You won't be able to taste it, don't worry. You can use vanilla, which I've got here. And also I'm going to put a little bit of orange in mine because I like to do that, a bit extra like that, but you don't have to do that. So I've got this really nice orange stuff. And then of course you need the red food colouring. Mine is a gel, but you can use the ones you can get in the supermarkets quite easily. And then also I've got a stand mixer. You don't have to use a stand mixer, you can actually do it with a bowl and a whisk, so that's fine. And then also you'll need your these are 7-inch pans, I believe. I've buttered and floured them. You can use greaseproof paper if you want to, but really and truly, if you butter and flour them, that will make them non-stick. For the first step, we need to sift together our dry ingredients. I've already put in the flour, the baking powder and the salt. Leave the bicarbonate of soda or baking soda out. You don't need that just yet, that's for the vinegar. So get your cocoa powder. Cocoa powder needs sifting, guys, because it has lumps, as you can see. Quick step is just to mix it all by hand, so that flour, the cocoa powder. So for those of you that don't know, red velvet cake is a vanilla cake actually with like a hint of chocolate. So that's why there's cocoa powder in here. So yeah, mix that together, and then we're going to work on the wet ingredients as well. Basically like a lumpy paste, but don't worry because it will all come together once we add the eggs. Mention now, so we're going to add the eggs. If you can put them in one at a time, it might be better so that you get a chance to really break up that yolk. As you can see, it's already becoming smooth. Obviously you won't be doing this with one hand, but if for some reason you were, remember to put like a damp cloth or something underneath so that it stops the ball from moving. Obviously I haven't done that, don't watch me. So yeah, so now we're mixing together the 2 eggs and it makes it smooth, as you can see. Actually I think I might just do this by hand, less dishes to do later. The only difference that the mixer really makes is that it makes it really aerated, but as you can see it's pretty smooth and aerated just by hand as well, so don't worry too much if you don't have a mixer. Like I say, all the recipes we're going to make sure that they can be done both by hand and by mixer. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so the next step is now we're going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of orange. In my case, you don't have to do that, but that, like I said, I'm extra. And then we're going to add the buttermilk and the red food colouring. We want to make sure that this becomes like a vibrant red, more or less, because the cocoa powder can be quite domineering. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Let's just use our common sense that it's gone in. All right, there we go.
You might make it easier if you add the red food colouring to the buttermilk. There we go. Sorry, a little bit. A little bit pink, but the good thing about these gel-free colourings is that they eventually do darken as time goes on, so bear with me a second. A bit more. You basically do it according to how red you want it, so yeah, I think that'll be alright. TBH. So then, this is the buttermilk, and then we're going to add this buttermilk to the egg vanilla concoction. And then stir it together, yes I know. It does not look the most appetising, but trust me, when all this goes together, it's going to taste really cool.
So this is what it looks like now. It's like a darky kind of browny kind of colour, but that is red velvet before it's baked, believe it or not. So if you see it bright red and garish, you want to ask yourself what kind of food colouring those guys used. But basically when you've not used too much, because you still want it to retain the natural vanilla chocolate flavour. So that is pretty much our mix done. So what we're now going to do to make it really light and fluffy, I'm sure for those of you that have had red velvet before, you'll know that the mix is really light and fluffy. So this is quite dense at the moment. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add that wonderful concoction of a teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of vanilla. Now what that does is when the acid from the vinegar goes in with the baking soda, it creates like a foam. Now this is going to be really hard to do with one hand, so bear with. So the idea is going to be very interesting. Watch me. Okay, let's do it this way. This spoon is quite steady, to be fair. So I'm going to pour in a teaspoon. Do not spill everywhere. Lovely. Okay, and then so that's going to go in there, and then that, when it foams up, is going to go in there, and hopefully you'll be able to see the reaction. Okay, bear with me. Yeah, see that? So that, as soon as it's foamed up, immediately needs to go into there. So bear with, I'm going to show you it. So you try and do it as quickly as you put it in. Trust me, you won't taste the vinegar. Believe me on that. I've done this many times. I remember the first time I did it, I thought, what in the world? But truly, it will make such a difference. Already the mix is lighter. Here we go, guys. So both my tins have got the mix in. If you want to be extra, you can weigh. If I was making this for you guys as a professional situation, I would weigh the mix to ensure both tins had the same amount of mix in them. And then it also made 4 extra cupcakes. Don't need that one, or muffins in this case. So the last step really now is to make sure that there are no bubbles, air bubbles. You could use a knife to do this, but basically run your spoon to ensure you can see some bubbles there, and then flatten it out if you can, best you can. I usually use a palette knife for this, but I haven't taken it out of the drawer. So, and then the other thing you can do to ensure, makes a noise, but make sure that everything is flat and there are no bubbles. So now this is going to bake at 160 degrees, which I think my oven is a fan. I will write on the screen what the other temperatures are. I don't know them off the top of my head, bear with, bless me. But yeah, so basically you're going to bake this for about 25 to 35 minutes. The cupcakes won't take as long, obviously, so maybe you can put these in first. They bake on the same shelf. It makes it easier so that they're even when they come out, and then you can put these in the last maybe 15 minutes or so of the baking time. And then once they're done, leave them in the tin to cool down for about 5 minutes, and then turn them out onto a wire rack. So yeah, we'll see you back here when these are baked. Cakes are baked. So they took about 28 minutes, I would say, but everybody's oven is different. So yeah, you'll know when you stick it in and it comes out clean. You can use a knife, by the way, you don't have to be fancy like me, or a skewer, whatever you've got in your house. So these are going to give them 5 minutes in the tin to cool down, and then I'm going to give them the same treatment as the cupcakes. Take them out of the tin and just cling film them and leave them to cool down completely. Meanwhile, we can make the frosting. Okay guys, here is the finished product. It's rustic alright, but like I said, when you're at home and you're making it just for eating sakes, you're not worried too much about what it looks like. And trust me, it's going to be really, really yummy. So I hope you've enjoyed baking along with me. I would love to see what you guys come up with, so don't forget to tag me at RUM'S Cakes. That's at RUMS_cakes, or even my personal Instagram as well, for those of you that follow me already. And if you find me on Facebook as well, if you follow me on Facebook, this video will be posted there as well, so you guys can also have a look. Thank you so much for joining me on this first video, and let me know what you want me to make. If there's things that you're trying to do for yourself or for your kids, let me know, and I can also come up with recipes for you for that. But yeah, any questions, don't forget to DM or comment wherever you see the video, and see you on the next one, guys. Take care.